Hey, what's up guys? Ash here, and this is not a video I ever thought I'd be making. Not even close. But here we are, of course, we're talking about Kylie's engineer class. I do consider engineer to be Kylie's advanced class, so this won't be easy. You will be kind of juggling 3 mastery boards, so if you want to keep it simple, I'd say stick with hacker. But you know, if you want to follow me down the rabbit hole, let's go.
Engineer at a high level is all about the drones, and while you could possibly use Kylie in a more solo manner, she was designed to use drones, so you should definitely be using them. And this is very much a end game class. Drone building takes a while. Drone building takes a lot of resources, so it's not for the faint of heart. But if you do it, you will end up with some pretty ridiculous stuff by the end of it. This is certainly stronger than some of the beast pets, as I'll show you guys. But right now we have the incinerator drone, designated Aries class for me. And this is what I consider the strongest drone in the game in general. This thing just murders without fail, and just you could see like these crabs stand no chance. Aries is a devastating offensive unit that, of course, it has a flamethrower, but it also allows for multi-unit hit damage. And as you can see here, it just roasts people and it hits twice, and it's got one shot, one kill, so it even continues on the fight from here. It's just, this is the nastiest drone type by far, and I highly recommended it as your offensive unit. Um, like, how awesome is this? Especially if you're a pyro. Come on, man. I would say my second most used drone is the Taurus drone, which is a transporter class. And you'll see here, we're fighting the Destrons, and of course, the flame drone is just roasting this dude, and it's giving armor disabling as well. But if you think that's bad, wait till Taurus starts firing. So he's hitting now, and you can see his first hit was 1237. Next hit was 1237. Next hit would have been 1237. And like, it, since engineer can be running 2 drones at the same time, it's total madness to see them working together. And this is where engineer really starts to shine. Taking any kind of Destron and dropping it to 0 is absolutely nuts, and a welcome addition to the army for sure. The third drone I want to show you guys is called Leo. He is a sniper slash sharpshooter type class drone, and right now we're summoning Aries to the front of the pack, but Leo's about to get his turn, and you can consider this drone kind of like having Giselle or Hey Zing. He hits hard as hell. He loves hitting heads. It's just it's just absolutely nasty, and he excels at hitting low block units. And as you can see here, he gets blocked by the gangster, but that's what his big brother Ares is for. As a team, they're absolutely unstoppable. Again, if the unit has low block, Leo is really just going to shred through them, and this is particularly good against beasts, crabs, frogs, Dororis. Any kind of beast generally has pretty low block, and you can see he's just smoking people here. And the final drone I want to show you guys is I named him Gemini. He's a scout class drone equipped with a web launcher. This piece was taken during my live stream, so I'm going to be talking over myself. I apologize for that.
Forward, that he's gonna go right into the fire.
So this is neat in that Renzi's low health. He's activated fawn resistance. He's bleeding. He's at 400 or so, and Gemini here is doing its fire support and webbing him. So
Oh, never mind. He can't move forward because he's probably webbed.
normally Renzi would activate Berserker and be able to move forward, but he can't. And what's particularly neat here is generally, well, maybe not the black clowns, but the white clowns have extremely good block, and the web launcher actually shreds both dodge and block. So he makes a very good team with Aries. He's also very aware And you can see he's just going to shred anything that goes to hurt Kylie. This is particularly neat. So Renzi, had he actually been able to get out, would have still needed to use remove sticky webbing. Instead, he just died to death
Yep.
via bleeding.
Welcome to my life, Renzi.
Here, White Clown goes
That
for Gemini and just gets
damage.
destroyed.
Oh my god!
And you could see the positioning generally goes like this. Aries is definitely going to want to be your front line always, and that's just because he takes hits better usually. The way he's designed, or at least I've designed him, it's just perfect for him to be kind of the upfront tank. Also,
that block shred.
what's neat about Gemini is he tends to have more attacks than any other unit, just because he can, and why not? It's pretty freaking awesome. So now that you guys have seen what different drone types there are and kind of what they can do, how does Kylie support her drones? So the class Mastery for Engineer is actually mechanical engineering. And right here we're attacking a Bicron, and if you look, mechanical engineering shreds both block and dodge by 20%. So engineer specializes in killing robots, whereas there would normally be like a 22% block here where you might get blocked. You're pretty much always just going to see criticals anytime you're fighting machines. On top of that, Kylie also gives prediction of diagonal cracks AI, as you can see here. And if a drone is attacked, the critical hit chance decreases by 25% for the adversary, as well as the critical damage by 50%. It's pretty awesome defensively. Autonomous movement AI is actually very much like Run. So she's granting this to all drones that are in her employ and or robots that she has under control. On top of that, you'll also be getting kinetics, which is increased speed, move, block, dodge. She's also going to be giving superfluid control AI, where you're going to be reducing your cast delay. This is very important on the Aries class, as they generally tend to have very high cast delays that cost a lot of fuel. And it's also going to give you a reduced cooldown. And then finally, energy optimization. This is also just a wonderful ability. This is going to reduce your fuel costs. And again, on Aries class, where they are just burning through fuel, this is absolutely awesome. This footage was also taken during my live stream, so I apologize for the multiple Ash personalities you guys are going to see here. But right here, we are engaging with the Destrons in field combat, and the Schwartz Destron's already attacked Aries here, and White Destron's doing 20 damage at most, just absolutely nuts. And Blood Destron's going to come in and see what he can do.
Now these I can kill. Even out on the field. Dude, oh my god. It's at half health already.
And as you guys can see, he only barely got away one hit from death against Aries, and I believe this is Capricorn that's fighting here. And of course, Blood goes in to fight Aries, who, again, you always want him tanking, and he blocks it for 248. It doesn't even affect him because of special armor.
Man.
So second hit comes in, 181, doesn't affect him because of special armor, and this is the kind of nuts damage that these guys can do in the field. So now that we've seen how Kylie supports her drones, let's see how the drones support Kylie. So as you saw here, close suppressive fire went off, and then there's a sniper in the background. Currently deployed as Aries and Gemini, and so she's going to move and check this out. Gemini is going to remember it with a remote responsive, kill the sniper. She's going to remember it and kill the assault guy there. And we're going to just put Kylie's reactive matrix up because she's completely surrounded here. Thankfully, Aries is up. And we're going to put Aries right next to her to make sure nobody can really mess with Kylie. So we're going to pop Overheat, and that's going to be a damage boost of epic proportions and take out this rogue. And you do want to take out these guys. Anybody with auto dodge mobility and or Darkness Hunter, it's very similar to Hazing's Ranger class, and that any kind of dodging responsives, you want them dead first. Anyway, Jalzai decides to come, and he picked the wrong fight for sure. So Gemini is shredding his block, shredding his dodge. Aries is, just burning him down, and Gemini is he is not having it, man. Again, this is what the drones can do for Kylie. Total protection from 360 degrees. And working together, you see they're both in overheat. Nobody's going to get even close to Kylie at this rate. So we see Flamecron up here, and he's up next. And you can see he's going to come in. He's at full health, 5,150, but he's going straight through the kill zone here, and they're not going to let him just walk around. So now he's down to 4,000, 3,000. Gemini just isn't going to give it up, so he's just going to keep hitting up 1871, and that was just him walking by. Just totally nuts, and these two are such a savage combo. So here we are on 47 Violent, and I want to show you guys kind of the difference now of how things start. So she went and moved, she killed the little Duroris or whatever that were here, and she summoned up Leo on her first turn. Here's the thing though, for her second turn, we're going to be giving Kylie a mastery called Control. This is a very underused ability that primarily sees excellent use with Giselle and Kylie Engineer in particular. If there's a summoned unit within 4 tiles of her, it's automatically going to grant her excitement. On top of that, we're going to be taking the Gold Wing Charm, which is going to automatically grant her acceleration anytime there aren't monsters around. So generally, she's going to have excitement. She's going to have excitement throughout the whole match, meaning 10 speed, 10 hit, and 30% crit, along with 30 speed. My Kylie is currently running, let's see, 135 speed. So with those 2 bonuses, she's at 175 speed. And we're going to go ahead and summon out Taurus here as protection. But as you guys can imagine, that 175 speed plus best condition that you saw right there, most of her turns are like 30 AT at best. So it's really nuts, and it's very easy for the drones to kind of keep up with the rest of the party as necessary. And as you can see, Taurus here is protecting Kylie. Even if he attacked, he'd be getting reactive matrix. And we see that Leo's up, and so we have Leo and Taurus deployed, neither of which are Aries. And you can try different positioning between all of the units. It doesn't always have to be Aries and somebody else. He just happens to absolutely destroy stuff. You can see Taurus here is not having any of it. So, but this should, this kind of control with acceleration is exactly what she needs to kind of get the drones going and moving up forward for the party. But what about Kylie herself? What about the engineer class? What all does it have to offer besides just the drones? Well, of course, Kylie gets consecutive attack, which allows her to double any ability, any attack ability that she so chooses, meaning regular hit will become 2 hits, her attack protocol will become 12 hits, and of course her absolutely devastating reinforced attack protocol will become 24 hits. Kylie also has just enough to, dodge things, and you can see Aries back here. I think Capricorn is also deployed in the back over here, but you can see Aries is starting to go get a little bit low, and so Kylie dodges it with lightning reflexes. And here goes reinforce. Oh wait, no, hold on. Capricorn's going to reinforce because she got attacked and freeze him. Which of course is absolutely nasty when you're about to get hit by consecutive reinforced attack protocol. So this first hit, it's taking into account even units that are out of line of sight. So you see all these guys that are kind of lined up on the side here. The Bicron's getting hit, Flamecron's getting murdered. And then it goes up a second time. Now, of course, this is very powerful and gives you an incredible amount of AT delay, but if you can imagine, look at how much damage she's done in this short period of time. Absolutely crazy. On top of that, for killing Bicrons, you can see since Aries is low, he's going to activate survival mode, which is pretty much like life drain for machines. He's going to heal up 754 fuel and about 1200 health here. But he's not done. He also saw Flamecron go down, so he's going to eat him too and basically assimilate him. So basically, Aries has refilled to his full health and almost his full gas. Absolutely awesome. Speaking of survival mode, so right here we have Frostcron. He's literally at max health, and guys, I can't stress enough how powerful Engineer is against robots. Generally on Hacker, you'll hack and then destroy them, or you might get lucky. Engineer just murders robots. There's no need for hacking whatsoever. She is going to blow them away, and this is for a couple of reasons. You know, the mechanical engineering and the bonus damage and armor break stacking that she does, but all you need to know is that she blows machines away, and she doesn't need to hack whatsoever. If you want to hack, play Hacker. But um, as you guys start your drone career, you're probably going to make these drones that have like 8,000 health, and you're like, oh, look at him, he's so cool, he can't be killed. But you're going to notice he's going to lag behind, and the reason for that is because as you put on heavier frames, you're going to get a slower unit. Whereas as you get further into your drone career, you're going to realize that even a 3,000 health drone can still do everything, be fast as hell, and heal himself all at the same time. It's just something that's very important to know and, experiment. Experiment so much because there's so much that drones can offer. I think you guys will be very impressed with Kylie's speed. So even though you're running permanent control, which is awesome, and almost permanent acceleration, and my Kylie is sitting at 175 speed plus best condition. I want you guys to notice, okay, so she just used reactive matrix. That's going to put her all the way to 79, right? Let's see how good this does. So just for reference, Monarch is at 49. Remember that number. So Spider's going to come. She's going to attack her. Unfortunately, she misses. Guess what? Taurus or Capricorn's behind her and just kills it. She's going to trigger Nimble Responsive, which of course is going to give her that 28T. She now goes from 79 to 59. Drory's going to come around. He's going to attack her. She kills him. Probably gets a little bit of Roar Victory going on. And, she gets another 20 AT. And, all of a sudden, Kylie's at 35 AT. Now, look at the Monarch. He's now at 45. So 4 AT has passed so far when she started her 80 AT mark. So this Spider is 15 AT off. You can see from the Monarch. So 19 AT total has passed. And guess what? Of course, Taurus Capricorn protects her, and Kylie's up. So her 80 AT only ended up being 19 AT thanks to Reactive Matrix. And you can use her offensively and defensively in this fashion. Along those lines, Engineer also has a mastery set called Main Armament. And Main Armament, it's going to improve your basic attack range, which is nice because it's single attack. Attack protocol, which is also nice, but it's also single attack or single target. But when you add it to reinforced attack protocol, you get this. If this looks bigger than it normally would be, that's because it is. And Reinforced Attack Protocol gets a massive boost by using this. So she's just going to clear most of the room from this. Monarch only lives because of luck, so, it's just crazy. So in this particular instance, Kylie had to drop back and heal herself, and that's totally fine because Kylie's ridiculous and she can do whatever the hell she wants. But as you guys can see, currently Leo and Taurus is deployed, and they're both ranged units. I don't have Aries out, and if I did have Aries out, this would be an absolute murder fest because he'd be getting rid of the webs and the dodging and stuff. But I challenge you guys to create what I like to call kill zones. On this particular map, they have to come through these squares right here or come from behind flanking. And it's very rare that they would do that. And every map has something like this. In 50 Violent, it's in that main area where the main sniper tower is right next to the camps. And as long as you have this, even with an Aries unit, especially with an Aries unit, you're going to be able to absolutely just destroy. And even when you guys kill, notice they're actually dying here. The animation is just showing them moving to here. So this cobweb pouch is not affecting Taurus. It's exploding right here, as you just saw. Nothing is really getting through here. It looks like the Monarch took a shot and ended up getting frozen by Taurus. So probably won't get to do that again, as he'll probably die in that exact spot. Anything frozen is always a dead man. But as long as you have fuel, this is going to be just, you know, like shooting ducks in a gallery here, and it's absolutely insane. I do recommend for your shooters that you install kind of fuel abilities such as the mileage reinforcement program. That's excellent for kind of just saving fuel. For Aries, I generally tend to use his emergency fuel because I want him to be at full power at all times. And we have the abilities overview, and of course, naturally, Kylie's best ability by far is actually just Summon Machine. This is what's going to give you your drones. You'll get 2 if you're using the multiple calculator, which I'll show just after this. And this is absolutely insane because it's 2 drones at once. You know, this is by far your most important ability, and do keep in mind that by extension, this will also give you Unsummon Machine, and this is very important in case you have a machine that's out of fuel. Just unsummon it and then summon another one. Kylie is probably the strongest solo character in the game. Not the fastest, not the most kills like Albus would do, but she technically has an unlimited army depending on how many drones you decide to summon, and it makes her absolutely devastating. Of course, her basic attack is actually really good, and notice the ratio is 100% attack, 100% ESP, and her units both give attack and ESP regardless if you're using the attack type or the ESP type. Very important to also note that it's piercing and shooting. And then, of course, the attack range and a little bit of bonus on exposed, but this will be your responsive for reactive matrix. So this is an incredibly important ability, especially for engineer, since many of engineer's abilities cost a lot of cast delay. You'll want to be using this quite often. For general abilities, I'm going to recommend support, attack, reactive, and move protocol. And we'll hit the ones we're not going to hit. I think I made it clear earlier, hacking protocol is just dumb. If you wanted to hack, go on hacker. You know, you're going to have reduced because hacker mastery gives, you know, increased. We're not going to be taking administrative authority. That gives hacking, you know, she's got another mastery set on hacker. Anyway, the short version is she doesn't need to hack. Don't bother with it. Confusion protocol, again, it's just not my flavor, and especially now with dual drones. You know, maybe on hacker where you just didn't have time or something like that, but with dual drones, you'll want one of them tanking for you if it comes to that. And then search protocol, you could put this on for 52 violent and searching for crabs, but otherwise, I wouldn't really mess with this as, you know, on engineer, you're not going to have that like low AP cost. Even search protocol will cost 1 AP to use. But yeah, back to the important abilities. So support protocol, of course, amazing. You're going to be doing a lot less supporting, though, on engineer. You know, the support is going to be the drones, and they count as their own kind of tank system, too. So instead of a character getting hit and you healing them, you're just going to let your drones get hit and whatever. You know, just keep that in mind. You won't be doing as much awakening either because of the high cast delay. Attack protocol, this is always good. You know, this is the ultimate boss killer. This is probably the best boss killer in the game. You really can't go wrong with this, and you know, this is for your Krons and your Destrons, just murder away. Reactive Matrix, of course, this is her primary defensive ability, as well as her way to really speed up her cast delay. You know, this will protect her. This will do responses from Taurus and you know, Leo if you've got ranged support drones. This is just an insane ability. And then of course move protocol, this would get you out of harm's way, moving away from forestallments and up into towers and stuff as you see fit. And of course reinforced attack protocol, arguably the best ultimate in the entire game. Absolutely nuts, but do notice that you're going to pay a high cast delay cost if you do activate this. Of course, this can be offset by reactive matrix based on the situation that you're in. But if you're going to fire this, and especially with consecutive attack, you better be prepared for a very long delay. However, if you do fire this with consecutive attack, you're probably going to annihilate everything in your immediate area. So it is quite a trade-off. And we have the stats, personal mastery, and equipment page. So let's do personal mastery, of course, first. Let's go ahead and get rid of genius. Again, if you wanted to hack, play hacker. Not hard. Fight Against Fate and Assisted Protocol. I actually like both of these. Fight Against Fate is wonderful. It's going to revive you if you were to take fatal damage. Actually, it's just going to cancel it. And you're going to get luck afterwards, which is great. And then Assistance Protocol. Since we're not on Hacker, we're not going to be able to reset our protocols. So believe it or not, this actually helps a lot. This is going to add to her maximum pool, and it is actually quite useful. So between the two, unless you're Nostro, Nostro would probably take Fight Against Fate. But for most of us, Assistance Protocol is going to be the way to go. And important to note, consecutive attack has no cast delay, guys, so you want to be using this pretty often, and it's on a pretty low cooldown. And you want to use this just with the regular attack. If you're thinking that she's not going to kill him in one, maybe they have like 30% blocker, so use it. Use it all the time. It was meant to be used that way, especially if you guys are trying to keep like a low AT Kylie. You only want to use these abilities when you absolutely have to. On Hacker, you can just freaking movement protocol and attack protocol and shoot lasers everywhere all the time. This one is more scenario specific. Use what you need at the time. Otherwise, use attack VV. So, her class mastery, mechanical engineering, this is devastating, not just because she murders robots, but her drones murder robots too. When attacking, you're going to be shredding dodge by 10 and block by 20. It's not uncommon for a white or red Destron to target Kylie and be completely dead by the time they get to her, just because the drones just absolutely murder them. Her spirit or her ESP type, of course, is spirit. So if you wanted to make a block shred build, you could. That's up to you. For stats, I like her to be a little bit over 2,000 for sure, and I'm only getting that via this bracelet here. Vigor, it's okay. Vigor recovery, not bad. She's one of the few characters in this game that gets full power out of attack and ESP, so use that to your heart's content. I'm using the Bonaparte bracelet of Strategist, and Strategist gives you attack power. This one's giving plus 49 and 50 ESP power. That converts into her primary form of attack by 100% each. So she's not 745 plus, she's the combined version of both of these, which is 1,776. Just totally nuts. She's pretty good hit chance, pretty good crit chance. Keep in mind, control is giving her permanent excitement. So this is actually 86% chance, and her crit hit damage could be a little bit higher, but this is what we have. Armor resist, not bad. Block dodge, this is primarily dependent on your gear. Speaking of your gear, of course, you can switch between Mono and VV V6 or M6, and that's going to be your attack power version versus your ESP power version. Right now in the game, a lot of units are heavy on armor and not so heavy on resistance, so I find ESP to be better. Along with, I'm using Goldwing Charm, which of course is part of the Light of Magic set. This is going to give you more or less your permanent acceleration for her, along with permanent control or excitement. Really makes her nuts. And then attack on the boots for the 2-set bonus. We'll say, keep in mind that attack VV is piercing, therefore will not receive the ESP bonus. But when it matters, for attack protocol, you do fire attack command, you will get the bonus from that, and she'll be immune to silence effects. For jacket, like if you wanted to make a more tankier version, you could throw on a skull jacket. This one happens to have 14 block, 14 dodge, plus the 10% at nighttime. So this would be 54 block, 50 dodge, which is amazing. If you add in reactive matrix, that's 30% block, so that's 84. If you're fighting, let's just say Schwartz Destron, when attacked by mechanical engineering, you're going to add another 20% block. So that'll put you at 104 block, meaning Schwartz will only be able to hit you via block. She has very deceptive stats like most characters because not all buffs are being taken into account. I happen to like this because I've been doing a lot of just soloing with her recently just to play around to see how she can work out. Again, her speed 135, you're going to be adding 10 from excitement and 30 from acceleration, sitting her at least at 175 for me. Along with best conditioner, making her basically the fastest unit on my team, and that's just to make sure that she gets the drones out and the drones moving nice and early. And of course, we can't forget multiple calculating device. So Kylie is actually going to have room for 2 gear slots. That's because of a mastery called sub gear that's engineer specific. And they gave this to you specifically to have multiple calculating devices so you could get 2 drones at the same time while not losing her gear slot. This is just absolutely amazing, and you know, without this, this really is what sells engineer. All right, and we have the mastery board. So this is the Zodiac build. If you guys noticed, all of my drones are named after one of the 12 astrological zodiac signs, and I just thought it was a cool theme, so I went with it. But as always, feel free to pause at any time, take a look, take a gander, see what you would keep, see what you would throw out. For our core offensive masteries, we're actually going to be taking Giant Battery. This is just absolutely amazing. This is going to give you armor and resistance shred that you won't find on Hacker. It's also going to give you bonus damage to attack power and ESP based on your gear, and this is really great because whether you're using M6 or V6, both of them are going to have a sub slot. So you noticed on M6 here, yeah, there's a ESP power as the main modifier, but it's going to have a sub slot for 330 attack power, or vice versa on V6. You know, the main slot will be attack power, but still have 210 ESP power. So she's going to make use of both, and this is such an incredible damage boost for her that you just won't find on Hacker. We're also going to be taking main battery Fusillade, and this is going to do quite a few things. Primarily, you're going to have powerful main battery from this, and this is going to give any critical strike and inflict them with armor break. Of course, this is awesome on Krons and Destrons, but any bosses, anything in general, having armor break on is great, especially for if you run a kind of heavy melee team like I do. It's also going to reduce consecutive attack. So consecutive attack normally is like 9 or 10 turn cooldown. It's going to shred it in half, kind of like a magic stamp, if you will. And then you're also going to get reduced cooldown on attack protocol and consecutive attack via the powerful main battery upgrade, which is just totally awesome. And then of course we're going to take the staple one shot, one kill, and this is going to allow Kylie basically to keep her cooldowns low on abilities like Reactive Matrix, where, you know, if you really need to kill, she can absolutely, and she can keep killing if necessary. And for core defensive masteries, we're actually going to be taking Nimble Responsive Attack, primarily for remote responsive attack. This is that guarding Kylie with your drones mastery that is going to protect her for honestly most of the game. And then, of course, we're also going to be taking Bookworm. Bookworm is such a nuts ability. It's going to remove any debuffs that Kylie happens to get and grant you excitement. It is still very good. Obviously, you could get excitement from Bookworm, but you'll also be getting excitement from Control. But, you know, being able to just remove all your debuffs at once is going to be awesome. And excitement is one of the best bonuses, honestly, in this game. And we have the Zodiac Defensive Showcase. So right here, of course, we have Kylie with Reactive Matrix on, and this will be a heavy defense for you, not just for returning AT, but actually protecting her because it gives her 30% block. So right here we have a Rogue, and he's using a Poison Knife attack, throw attack at her. So of course Reactive is going to go off. Unfortunately, it's going to be dodged by Darkness Hunter, which is of course unfortunate, but she's still going to get that 20 AT that you see right there, and you can see it probably blocked her from taking a critical. What's interesting here is that this sniper now is actually going to fire support off of the throw attack, but Reactive Matrix is going to prevent that and just kill him right off the bat. You can see that this scoundrel's coming up and he's going to try to attack her. Guess what? Reactive Matrix, same thing with this guy. reactive matrix. And so this is going to be your primary defense for her, as well as returning AT. Absolutely awesome. And, you can see she got up, she cleared bleeding. Like, it's such a good ability. And for core support masteries, we're going to be taking Mechanical Engineer. Mechanical Engineer is awesome. Obviously, the set bonus is not bad. It'll increase your damage against machines and reduce your damage. And this is stacked with Mechanical Engineering with the block and dodge shred. But more importantly, this is going to give you kinetics, fluid dynamics, solid mechanics, and thermodynamics. And all of these are the drone boosting abilities that I showcased earlier. Not only that, but you're also going to get stats for Kylie on top of that. So you can see the extra effect here. She's going to get some speed. She's going to get some hit chance while the drones get, speed, move, block, dodge, and runtime. And, hitting a machine increases the target's AT and by 20 for machines in specific. And, reducing cast delay increases your flat attack damage while increasing drone defenses. Vigor needed for abilities decreases. This is such an amazing set and absolutely necessary for a drone build. We're also going to be taking sub gear. This is going to be what's going to give you that second gear slot that you can use for multiple calculating device, and just totally awesome. We're also going to be taking control. This is that very underused mastery that I don't think many players have really given some thought to. This is going to give you more or less permanent excitement for sure. You're always going to be near your drones, more or less, especially when there's two of them. And permanent excitement is a nuts ability to have. I can tell you that, guys, for sure. And then, of course, catharsis from Bookworm. Reducing your cooldown. This is going to be particularly important for reducing reactive matrix, as it is a high cooldown. And then for alternative masteries, you could do kind of a Awaken with Block Shreds build with Sharp Spirit and Extreme Will. It would be nice. She makes an okay solo unit. She just happens to be much better utilizing drones, in my opinion, by far. You can tell that's what the developers were aiming for, and you can see it clearly. Also, Early Bird. Early Bird is not bad. This is very underrated. This is going to give you another catharsis, basically. So you're going to be dropping 2 cooldown rate for each kill. And Advanced Information also. You're going to be getting a 50% from Advanced Information, then another 50% from Early Bird, meaning 100% effect on all information. And in case you're interested in what that is, if you go over to your Troublemaker list and kind of compendium, let's take Dalsu, for example. This is your information gathered at the top, and this is going to give you hit chance at level 1 information. And this unlocks as you gain more and more information on units. You're going to get dodge increase. You're going to get critical hit chance increase. You're going to get block increase. You're going to get damage increase. So you're going to be stacking all these by 100% with information, and it is really good. I just think that it's Kylie isn't the star here. It's definitely the drones. And then finally, you could also do Conqueror, believe it or not, and this is primarily for pressure. The drones don't really have a way, other than the web launcher drone, to shred, block, and dodge. And this would work very well, especially since you're always next to your drones with this build, giving you control. This will help them so much. I will say, even though it would be incredibly hard to stick Conqueror on this build, you could just do Suppression. But more importantly, this actually paves the way, believe it or not, for BB's Black Witch ability, in which case she has could use Conqueror for a kind of 10 tile strong pressure that you wouldn't normally see at this point. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go, Black Witch. So, pressure goes into strong pressure, and if you kind of hugged BB with Kylie, gosh, you will have an insane combat unit with the drones. And very quickly, we're going to go over both Aries and Taurus, I think this will help you guys get started. I'm going to do a full drone video at a later date because if I were to go through drones right now, this would basically be a Lord of the Rings movie, and I don't think anybody wants that. So this is my tank drone for Aries. You can see he has a ton of health. He has ridiculous armor, ridiculous resistance. Feel free to pause and copy down whatever you need to copy down. He's maxed out at 720 weight. He is a heating SP type. He's also using independent operating system, which is going to increase your maximum loadage. And this is a great starter drone. He's basically unkillable. His only weaknesses is fuel, and you can alter it and play with it as you see fit. He has an incredible crit chance rate. It's basically 100% and incredible critical hit damage. This guy's a murder machine. He's just a bit slow due to his frame, and he does burn through fuel like it's absolutely nothing. And we'll quickly go over the mastery board. Of particular note, you guys will want to take down auto rearrangement on Aries. This is actually going to be a combined one shot, one kill, along with catharsis. So this is really such an awesome ability, especially for the drones that can one-shot, like Leo as well. And then he's going to offset the massive amount of fuel that he'll dump. I give him emergency fuel, but feel free to move this board around as you guys see fit. For sure you're going to want automatic reattack and then auto responsive fire as well. So these three abilities right here, very core to him, and hopefully I'll get to go over this more in depth later. And then the Taurus build out. So the Taurus is also very sturdy from the transport class. He has a ton of fuel. Again, feel free to pause and copy down and convert as you guys see fit. This one is also a heating SP along with a open type operating system, and this is going to help with fuel consumption. Taurus tends to be fire support, and fire support goes through a ton of fuel. They really burn through fuel because they're always attacking, and usually attacking twice because of automatic reattack here. We're also going to label Taurus with an emergency rescue system. This is great just, in case somebody goes down, he'll be able to revive them. Which is really useful on, like Cruel Challenge mode, and just a nice support mechanic. And then also really important to note is going to be your responsive fire control program. So this is going to be suppressive fire, responsive fire, and fire support all together. And short version is, every time you guys attack, it's going to be 30 AT, and that seems like a lot, kind of like a counterattack. However, with nimble responsive fire, that's going to add back 20 AT, so you're only paying 10 AT per attack. If you happen to kill, this is actually going to refund that 10 so that your auto attack is going to cost 0 AT. It's also going to reinforce weapon aim, which is going to increase your hit chance on top of what it already gives with hit chance and crit chance. So really just an awesome combination. Alright guys, and we have the Zodiac Showcase. Of course we're on 50 Violent, and we're in right where the hot spot is. You can only see like 2 or 3 clowns at the moment, but that's all because they're hiding around in Fog of War trying to be ninjas, and screw that. So we have Aries out, as well as I believe Leo, which is the sniper unit. And right now Kylie is clearly out of commission at 143. She must have just done reinforced attack protocol, probably, if I remember right, a consecutive one. So right now Aries is just protecting her and is a little bit low at 1715, but still has plenty of fuel. So Leo's getting up here, and we're going to push him forward, of course, because he can still take hits better than Kylie can, and if he dies, oh well, whatever. And we're going to go ahead and take out this skeleton mask, and of course Leo specializes in low armor and easy crits, so that's easy pickings for him. Despite Kylie being kind of out of commission, there is a Bicron that comes in from behind, but thankfully she is running reactive matrix. Remember, this lasts 3 full turns, so whether her turn is only 20 AT or 150 AT, it doesn't matter. It is going to protect her for the full 3 turns. And so it does hit him. Of course, it is causing armor break, and if she hit again because of the armor break, she would actually kill them. That's a nice little trick for consecutive attack. But right when the Spycron comes up to attack, she sends it right back, which is awesome. Renzi comes in, and loot goes straight from full to about 400. Unfortunately, this is going to trigger his final resistance ability, and you can see armor disabling coming up, which happens to work very well with Leo, who hits for piercing. He's now down to 252. and got him down pretty low. But Renzi's still going crazy, and now he's at, I don't know, maybe 100 health or so. And you can see all the clowns are coming in. White clown's coming in, blocks the first hit, dies to the second hit. Now, even if it hadn't died, Reactive Matrix would have countered, would have sped up her turn, would have triggered Leo, would have triggered Aries again with remote responsive. So there's no way this dude would have lived, even if this wasn't a critical. And you can see these clowns are coming in, and they're just getting roasted. This one actually activates Fallen Resistance. He's down to what, 77, and he's going to do a jumping attack, but Leo's going to kill him right in midair there. Renzi's got overcharge. He gets a nice hit in on Leo, which, it's unfortunate, but that's what they're there for. Uh, you can see Aries just roasting people as they come in. It really doesn't matter, and he's probably killed at least, I don't know, 10 units by now. I mean, you could just see how much damage this team is doing together. Right here is pretty cool. So Leo takes a shot at this white clown, and it triggers responsive fire from distance, and it just so happens that Renzi's in the way, and again, that flamethrower doing line attack damage. That, of course, takes down Renzi, which is just totally awesome. And, White Clown's there. Eventually, Aries gets his crit in, and this is kind of normal standard gameplay for Kylie's Engineer. Drones are so amazing, and I really hope you guys try it.
Alright guys, that wraps up this video. I really wish I had more time to do drone masteries and go deep into it and gearing and all this stuff. That will be a future video, but honestly, if we were to go through all of that, this would be a Lord of the Rings movie. Seriously. And it would take forever, and it already took a ton of time to get this kind of footage. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a hell of a movie video. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube, and until next time.